So welcome to Albert and Otto. I'm going to be doing a playthrough of the game. I was thinking of writing up a walkthrough, but then I thought, you know, people can just watch a YouTube video and just see whatever part they're having trouble with, so why don't I just do that instead? And I'm not really going to be doing all that much commentary for this run, because most of the puzzles pretty much speak for themselves, but I'll point out a few parts that I thought were tricky or needed explanation. Other than that, hopefully I won't die too much. I know how to do all the puzzles in the game, and I've beaten it twice already, but there's some pretty difficult parts later on, so I'll try to make it as enjoyable as I can. Enjoyable being that you don't have to deal with some of the really hard platforming bits, but yeah. Let's get on with the show here. They introduce most of the mechanics early on, but some of them, like the electricity, you don't get till later. And these things up here are collectibles. I don't really bother with them because some of them are very difficult to get and time consuming, and I just don't want to deal with it. But if you, for whatever reason, want to get 100% completion on this game, you can try to land all of those shiny things. I don't know what they do. That's the trap that never works. I don't know why it's there. Those crows will kill you if they hit you, but they're the only enemies in the game you can kill with the gun, so that's something, I guess. Right, I can't get up there. Gotta shoot this. Okay, here's where we meet our buddy Otto. He's probably the most important tool you'll have in this entire playthrough. He not only gives you a double jump, but he can also be dropped to activate platforms and keep switches activated. So you can see how high I can get with him. Actually, I don't know where. What in the world am I doing? For some reason I thought there was something up here. Okay. Let's go this way. Here you can see me leaving Otto on a switch. You have to do that a lot during the playthrough, so. But if you do leave him on a switch, you lose the double jump, so it's a matter of trying to figure out when you need to jump and when you need to switch held down. Your gun can also get rid of these cords, which, if it'll hit, there we go. Okay, here's where things get a little more tricky. If I don't screw this up, we should be good to go. can also drop Otto to cause him to go down these sliding platforms, which is another mechanic you're going to have to master. Okay, so if I remember correctly, there's something. Oh, it's just a collectible. Yeah, I don't even know what the point of this gate is. It doesn't have any part in any puzzle. Let's see here. Oh gosh, I'm gonna die. Shoot, no. Yeah, this puzzle is the first one that got me stuck for a while. You gotta time this exactly right. Okay. There we go. If you don't get that boulder to go over all 3 of those trap doors, the spikes will activate and kill you, so you gotta get the timing just right. And here is the first boss, and he's really not too bad if you know what to do, so let's see if I can get him first run. Boulders. And another attack. And he's dead. And there goes the first boss. Okay. Problem with that boss is that there's a lot of ways to die. It's kind of trial and error figuring it out, but once you do, he's really easy to deal with. Just memorizing where to stand, basically. And that's the first part of the game, so now we're on to lightning. Things only get weirder from here. So we really actually get 2 abilities. We get a levitation ability and we get the ability to charge things. Both of which we're going to be using a lot. Oh boy. So this is the first one. Now I'm going to be calling it levitation, even though you can't actually levitate these big blocks. You can just pull them towards you. But the smaller blocks and other objects, you can move around the screen with it. So this is very useful because normally you can only push these big blocks. You can't pull them in any direction, so that gives us more options. And here we can see the levitation. You can move it anywhere you want. This is where it gets a bit tricky. You actually need to move these blocks all the way up here. Now if I don't die here, it should be fine. Gotta use this as a platform and not die. There we go. Here's another way to use these. Throw them in the pipe. Okay. And here's our first electrical outlet. you can see if we activate it, this platform goes up, but that's no good. So what you can do is drop Otto next to the switch. And the electricity actually comes out of Otto, so makes you think, who exactly has the special powers here? Is your doll some sort of demon entity or something that just follows you around for some reason, or I don't know, it's kind of weird. What we gotta do? Oh yes, this part. I remember this. Okay, so you gotta actually... This is tricky. I may die a few times here. I'm gonna try to get this though. You have to land on this tiny little box, which is really annoying. You gotta do it. There we go, now. You activate it, and land it in the pipe. Or shoot it in there. Okay. Alright, and now we're introduced to the sheep. Now that big scary wolf dog isn't going to let us pass, but you can lift up this super annoying screaming sheep and we'll eat it. Okay. Starts seeing some German on these signs. You begin to have some inkling that this may be some sort of World War II themed game, but you'll see more of that later. You may be going through some abandoned German, I don't know, trenches or something. You can see like these bunkers up here. There's actually a glitch I'll show you real quick. If you jump up here, you can get your character stuck. You can see how he's like sliding around. I don't know what. Yeah, this is really weird. But and I couldn't even move. Okay, Gang. Let's see. More electricity puzzles. And this is the first, well, this is another puzzle, like that boulder switch puzzle that is very easy to get stuck at. And it's not too bad though, it's just very time consuming. So basically the goal is you need to get in here to get these boxes out. But you can't do that because of the wolf dog, so you gotta set up a trap. Wolf dog out of commission. You can just pick up Otto again, and we're gonna head back over. I don't need it. Then we need to go around a third time to get Otto back. You know, it would be funny if this whole time, like, the doll is Albert and I've just been calling them wrong, like, the entire playthrough. But, I think his name's Otto. I mean, I like the thought of calling the doll Otto. Let's see here. So we're gonna push the crate on the switch, and now the gate stays open. We only need a second block. Let's throw it up here. Now with these two, we should be able to get up. Yes. That's one of the longer puzzles in the game, but unfortunately not the longest. Some pretty time-consuming ones. And now we have another one of these smaller passageways you have to drop Otto through, but these ones are a little trickier because you gotta time the electricity. And sometimes they throw a curveball at you, like this one. Let's see if I can do it right. You gotta catch them in mid-air and then double jump to continue. Okay, so here's one. This is a clever little mechanic. See more of those bunkers. You don't know what in the world happened in this game, what backstory is going on, but I'd be interested to find more about it. My theory is that maybe Otto is some sort of Nazi experiment or something, and this takes place in World War II. I don't know. Could be getting it totally wrong. Oh yeah, can't do that. You gotta push it. You gotta stand on the other side, and then you pull it. Now we're good. Tiergartenstrasse. Okay. Oh, come on. Let's see if I won't. Yep. I think I gotta be a little quicker on the draw than that. Okay. There we go. Alright, I remember this. You need to get this little mosquito, which the piranhas go for. If all works well, this other one will go for it and jump the platforms. Okay. Oh yes, this one. This is a very irritating puzzle. I think I remember how to do this right. Shoot this. I can't even describe this puzzle, it's kind of complicated, but Let's see, ignore that. And then you go back. Well, there's one part in particular that annoys me. I'm not sure if I'm even doing this puzzle right, I just know that it works. I have to wonder if there's like multiple ways to solve these or something. Okay, so if I recall correctly, you gotta bring this box over. And you leave it up here. Then you leave Otto on this switch. Now what you need to be able to do, and this is kind of inconsistent, is shoot this boulder so it flips out of there. I'm hoping I can get it to cooperate. Unless that happens, and you gotta restart the checkpoint because this puzzle is very unreliable. I really don't think there's any other way of doing this puzzle, but unfortunately, I can't get that rock to land reliably. I don't know if that's my fault or just game design, but it's annoying to deal with. Okay. Put it on here. Let's try this again. No! Oh my god, this is so aggravating. Okay, what I'm gonna do is just pause this and do this until it works. Because this puzzle is so stupid, but I'll be back. Okay, so I finally got the boulder to cooperate. That's the good news. Bad news is we're still not done the puzzle yet. Honestly, this is like the only really inconsistent puzzle in the game. Maybe I'm just totally missing what you're supposed to do, but I just don't see how you can get that last boulder with any degree of reliability because of the way projectiles ricochet in this game is very hard to control. It almost feels random how it works. So you just gotta pray that it lands where you want it. Okay, so we finally got the boulder, and now we just gotta drop it in here, and we should be good to go. And here's the hardest part in the game, right here, this raft scene, and I have done this so many times that I'm hoping I don't have any problems, but well, you'll see. what makes this so difficult is that you have to go through so much, so many little challenges, and there's no checkpoints in the middle. And you have to do it in a very specific way, too. Like right here, you think you can just move on, but you can't. You gotta actually take that, you gotta drop that box behind you, and if you don't do it, there's no way you can finish. Some of these you also gotta time just right, like when you jump on and off the platform. If you don't, you'll die. Which, you know, not fun. You can see how these boxes spin around like crazy, you know, I don't know why they do that, but it makes it very hard to control. So far so good. You can see that I'm taking all the boxes with me. That's very important because you'll hit a spot otherwise right here where you have no idea what to do. There's no switch. So how do you do it? You actually got to bring this underwater around, and there you go. That's how you do it. And now you got to pick that box up and okay, this should start looking familiar. Okay, so we got on the switch. I'm gonna need this again. Now this one, if I recall correctly, you gotta time it just right. Right here. Yeah, like that. Okay, so that opens that up, and I believe there's a crow or something coming up. I gotta shoot that. It's gonna come out of nowhere. I totally forget. Oh yeah, I gotta get up here. I gotta jump on the platform. Hit it. Grab him, and I think that's it. Oh, one more crow. There it is. I hear him. Gotcha. Okay, that's the river raft. That's the hardest part of the game. That took me like way too many tries the first time I did it. Honestly, it didn't seem so bad that time through. But we're nearing the home stretch of the game here, so, or what they call it part 1, so I'm assuming there's going to be like an expansion or something later. They said, I think they said it's a free update. They're going to add more levels. But yeah, unfortunately there's still some more tricky bits later on, but for the most part we're good. Funny thing is, first time I did this stage, I thought that you had to use the sheep to cross the spike gap, which normally you can't do because the sheep's on fire. So I thought what they wanted me to do is memorize the route and then go through it again in the dark. So I was trying to do all those jumps in pitch black, and turns out now there's an easier way. You just set that roof on fire. I guess I can just stick to him here. Oh, I didn't die. That's good. Okay, so come on. There's something I'm supposed to do. Right, yeah, up there. Okay. You stay here. Oh, come on. Get up. Okay. Now, there we go. wow. Totally didn't see that. Please. Oh, they're gonna make me do it all again. Why don't they put more checkpoints in this game? That's what I don't understand, is why they think... Because I know what to do, you just make one little slip up and you gotta do this huge chunk over again. Oh well, this shouldn't take long. Come on. What's it doing? Why isn't it on fire? Why? Oh, there we go. Now it's on fire. Come on, game. Pull them out. There we go. My sheep torch. Not gonna fall on that again. Or that. Can't trick me now. Alright, I think I gotta use this as a platform here. There we go. Bye, sheepy. I think this is actually the last part of the game, this bit right here, so let's see if I can do it. This is the second boss, which is kind of similar to the raft, except shorter. It's actually easier than the first raft section, I think. It may take me a couple of attempts, because it's a little... It's been a while since I did this. Oh wait, I can't do that. You gotta... Yeah, I think I lost. Yep. You gotta know every single jump in advance, basically, and you gotta have it, ready to go. I think I remember exactly what I gotta do here. Okay. So double jump up here. Run this way. There's nothing special you gotta do for this boss, you just gotta survive, basically. Please tell me I got through. Yes. Please tell me. No. I'm just gonna do the running one. Alright. Okay, so I finally landed that stupid boulder. Let's see if we can't get the rest of this. This guy's so badass, he can fire his pistol while standing and facing in the opposite direction. Okay, finally. And that's it. Now I get to see the end. Uh-oh. Psycho Mantis. 2 Psycho Mantises. No, I don't know. I don't know what those are, but doesn't look good. To be continued. Alright, well thanks for watching. That's Albert and Otto, and hopefully once the next part comes out I'll make a video for that too.